Good day to each every one of us. Today, affirmative team will be arguing about whether mathematics is invented or discovered. Mathematics is wide-ranging and is all around us. Our teams will be discussing and explaining our part that mathematics is discovered. Likewise, to the partners team, they will discuss, explain, and elaborate their part that mathematics is invented. Before we start our debate, there are two key words in this topic. They are invented and discovered. According to online dictionary, mathematics is the study of measurements, properties, and relationships of quantities and sets using numbers and symbols. This is all about. Let's proceed to our debate.
Math was invented because it describes the natural world. When we find the principle of this world, we invent a system to express those principles and relationships. Um, we learn mathematics in the same way that we discover words. We didn't come up with them. We made up to communicate for existing ideas. Emotions and desires were the concept in our language, and while the rules of physics around us as is the concept of the math.
Mathematics was discovered based on the earliest civilization in Mesopotamia. The ancient Sumerians was the one who invented the mathematics. They developed the complex system of metrology in math from 3000 BC. Mathematicians invent math for formalize the observation they make about the mathematical world into rules.
It was invented because math is an instrument of science. Also, science uses math to express facts. And we are just like science. Human invent math to assist us in advanced technology, to help us in making decisions because we all know that math is everywhere and we can apply it in real life situation.
Math, math was discovered. Why? It is the language that we use to express math and to formulate relationships was invented. Humans don't invent math. Math works because our world supports it and operates like a giant computer. However, the symbolism used math, the written formulations, those are definitely inventions.
Math is invented. How could someone discover it, right? And precisely, um, it is very positive that geometry came up from the observation of a real-shaped object. But it was the record of this object and the translation of their characteristics to symbols by humans. The set of mathematics for the first time, it is constructed by the language that is based on logical thinking, investigation, and factual laws. And it is constructed by the mathematicians.
In the time of Pythagoras, math was related to music. The ancient Greeks found relationship between notes and then later on, Pythagoras discovered that these beautiful musical relationships are can connect to beautiful mathematics.
Mathematics was invented. The mathematical concept and ideas were independently of humans, meaning it was invented by the humans. We tend to invent something because of our consciousness. It will create presentation of everything for reasoning and thinking. That is why mathematics was invented.
Mathematics is something we discovered. It has always been around us and it always will be. All those people in history who made huge mathematical breakthroughs didn't invent math from scratch. They saw a pattern and investigated Fibonacci sequence and etc.
Math is like a socks because it was invented also. If we claim that math was not invented, we must also claim that socks are not invented too. What is invented is a real question. Isn't everything that people create dependent on this world, or Um, it is nothing. Nothing we create is completely unique. Similarly, throughout the world, math was always there. But like all of the creations, we created it math such a way that humans could easily understand it.
Most of mathematical activity consists of discovering and providing by pure reasoning properties of abstract objects. They discovered to use mathematics as a useful tool to describe the world around us.
Mathematics was invented by the human beings. If you look into mathematics, you will need a model. And that model is absolutely invented by the human. All the concept ideas in mathematics were invented for the convenience of human to perceive things that surrounds us.
Mathematics was discovered. Mathematics is like the concept of communication. We invent new languages, but we all know that the down to the simplest of forms is the basic law that life has used for millions of years. When it comes to math, any intelligent form of life can learn how to calculate one particular thing with whatever symbols and definition it wants, but the concept of the calculation it is the same unless the physical laws of nature are to be different.
As I've said a while ago, math is invented. You've got your simple equations, which are necessary, adding and subtraction. To find the to find the x in any equation, something more complicated was invented. People didn't have the same issue as we do now, but like calculating a sphere, no one had figured out how to calculate the slope. Um, it is so we create some equation to understand it easily. Math is invented because it is not just appear out of nowhere. We had to make it so we could understand it easily.
Throughout history, different cultures have discovered the math because it needed for tasks like understanding groups and relationships, sharing foods, looking astronomical, seasonal patterns, and creating a pattern.
Additionally, symbols, ideas, concepts were invented to make it easier to discuss. And it was invented because, just like I've said earlier, that mathematics was invented for our own benefits. Mathematics is a human invention. The only reason why mathematics is so well adapted to describe our world is because human invented to do it so. It is a creation of human mind, and we build up mathematics to suit our needs.
Math was discovered. I think that it has a certain rules in which they weren't invented. I think that it was more of figuring out of stuff with numbers was the part that would have been invented or discovered. However, math has always been there. If you had one banana for each person, even without counting, but pairing, it is still math. So in conclusion, I say the math was discovered because it was always there. We just didn't call it math then until it was clearly defined.
On the last part of our debate, we need to answer this question. Number one, how did you come up with the idea? How did you plan your task? Did you get any help or support?
Um, we come up with this idea because we think this is the best way and easiest way to do our task. We plan our task by considering everyone's opinions to do our task. To finish this task immediately. We read some articles in different sites in Google, so we have additional ideas aside from the lessons and discussion that was explained in our class.
In additional, we come up with this idea when we try to search a topic that most of the people debating with. We plan our task by doing debate and we need to search or create an idea about our given task. We try to search about our topic because we need a supporting idea for our debate. Question number 2. What are the challenges you encountered while doing this task?
The challenges that we encountered while doing this task is that we need to know more about the topic that was assigned to us. We need to expand our knowledge, and also we need to deliver our lines properly in order to have better discussion or debate.
The challenges that we encountered while doing this task is when we come out to certain information about the topic that's assigned to us. There's a lot of different rumors, ideas, articles, sites, and people who face their different perspectives about the topic that's assigned to us, which is discovered and invented. And it's pretty difficult for us who and what to believe in.
So, sir, that is all about, and thank you for listening to our debate. Have a good day ahead. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you
Thank you,
po.
sir.